Adam, the attachment specialist here again. Welcome back to the channel. And I see a lot of guys today struggling to get a date. Now, the research shows that 1/3 of men cannot build a fulfilling sexual relationship. And 64% of Gen Z men are single right now. A lot of men ask me why this is happening and why they cannot get a date. And I keep seeing the same 3 mistakes popping up that sabotage men's effort to build solid dating relationships. So if you want to get that first date or keep a person coming back for more dates, you've got to check for these 3 issues that will sabotage your efforts and will keep you from finding that human connection. Shout out to all my members who support me on this channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And for the new viewers joining us here today, welcome. I am adamlanesmith, the attachment specialist, and I make relationships better. So if you've been searching for love without success, if you've been feeling unwanted, or if you're losing hope in the modern dating world, and I know a lot of people are, this video is especially for you. Let's get right into it and show you the 3 mistakes you're going to fix. Now, one of these 3 factors, or maybe all of them together, are likely causing your issue. Some people will have 1, some people will have 2 or 3, they can jumble up. So let's get through these issues and see if you are facing any of them. And if you are, I'm going to talk to you about how to fix this for good. Now, the first issue is what I call the I'm not good enough dilemma. Many people approach dating feel like they aren't deserving of affection or attention, like they are an unwanted guest in somebody else's house through the entire date or through trying to get the date. They spend the time within 10 feet of a woman speaking to them as if they're not welcome in their presence and they have to beg for attention. This is rooted in what we call the anxious attachment style, which leads to feelings of inferiority. Symptoms include over-eagerness in your messages or in conversations. I see guys go on dating apps and say, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but this and this and this, and it's okay if you don't message me back. I totally understand. And they deny themselves in advance. They apologize for taking up her oxygen. Self-deprecating remarks or behaviors or jokes. Hey, no, I'm not that attractive, but if you go on a date with me, we can get a burger, ha ha ha. Stuff like that. Ridiculous. It will not work. All you're doing is denying yourself in advance. You're saying, here, I'll show myself out. You don't even have to say anything. It's about seeking constant validation and approval because they feel unworthy. This mindset is painfully visible to others. It makes genuine connections not just challenging, but almost impossible. In fact, this is where the friend zone comes from. Guys, if you've been stuck in the friend zone over and over and over, this is where it comes from. Women are looking for men who are calm and confident, and this screams to her that you are the opposite. If you spend your time denying yourself in advance, guess what? You're going to get denied. I'm going to show you how to fix this here in a minute, but this is the nice guy problem, right? I had a male client came in. And he was struggling in dating apps. He couldn't even get a first date. 3 years on dating apps. Couldn't have a single first date. I said, can you send me some screenshots of your conversations? Yeah, it was exactly what I told you. Hey, it's okay if you don't respond to this. Hey, I'm sorry for bothering you. Hey, I'm not that hot. Hey, I don't have that great of a job, but I could do something. Hey, I'm really sorry to be here. Hey, I just wanted to say this. Is that okay? Super uncomfortable, feeling like an unwanted guest in her space, even if she had messaged him first. If you feel like an unwanted guest in the world, this is how you're going to present, and this is why you will not get a date. Once you fix this, dating is so much easier. That's like swimming with 500-pound weights tied to your ankles. Cut the weights off, everything gets better. Problem number 2, the fear of rejection barrier. Now, some people are paralyzed by fear of rejection. They believe the issue might lie in other people. This is rooted in what we call avoidant attachment. It often leads to aversion to taking risks in dating. Now, avoidant attachment comes in 2 big flavors you need to know about. One is heavy manipulation that gets tons and tons of dates, but cannot maintain a relationship. The other one is more just purely avoidant, almost what I call ethical avoidant. They don't want to hurt anybody or manipulate anybody, but they are paralyzed with fear, so they stay away. These are the guys who come to me in coaching at 29, 30 years old and have never had a girlfriend. Never. Because they're afraid. They've even had women offer and pursue them, but they run away because they're afraid. No judgment. It's real fear. Behaviors can include being hesitant to make any first move, building walls because you're afraid of judgment or commitment, staying out of relationships. In fact, when someone is interested in you, you back off on purpose. Being scared when somebody's interested in you. Only feeling comfortable talking to somebody or being with somebody or being around somebody if they are already taken because they can't chase you. Despite these protective barriers, they have an intense yearning for connection. They are lonely and they're looking for that. I had a male executive who came into me. He had spent his whole life working and he had very good financial success. His professional life looked incredible. He was in his 40s and had never had a serious girlfriend. Not because he didn't want to. He was terrified. We had to talk about, can other people love you? Not you. Not are you the problem. Are other people incapable of love? Is love always painful? He felt alienated from everyone in his life. We had to help him fix that. Problem number 3, the overwhelming fast connection problem. These are those people who, in their eagerness, might overwhelm potential partners. Now, this can manifest as an overflow of affection, gifts, attention, physical intimacy as fast as possible. It's rooted in a mix of anxious and avoidant behaviors. It's a roller coaster that we call disorganized attachment style because it can't be organized into purely anxious or avoidant. They don't believe other people will really love them, but they also don't believe they are capable of being loved because there's something wrong with them. So they go back and forth. It's hot and cold. It's a constant roller coaster, coming on too strong to retreating in fear. They go way too fast. They're driven by a genuine desire to connect, but it can be perceived as way too intense by others, or they can get other people addicted to them real fast. But if you're having trouble finding a date, it's usually because you are driving them away with way too much intensity, way too fast, because you're starving for connection. I had a female client who came in craving validation, and she would do anything to get that. Even before the first date, she would offer to come over and cook on the first date. It's a little much for most people. Most people don't want their space invaded that fast. That's the problem. A lot of women who are in situationships, this is part of the problem because they offer way too much right up front and never actually get to a date. Some women have been with a man for a year and have never had a date. They're waiting for the relationship to start, but she's been with him the whole time going over fast. Then he was happy to take it. So reflection time, guys, really quick. Do you resonate with feeling not good enough yourself, so you have to be an unwanted guest? Or are you paralyzed by fear of rejection or getting hurt or getting trapped, so you stay away? Or do you find yourself overwhelming potential partners with your craving for connection? Recognize the problem. That's the first step to the solution. Recognize whichever problem is happening here. Now, the next step is to fix the underlying issues that are driving these concerns, because one of these 3 is sabotaging your attempts to get a good date and a good relationship. Fixing these, that will show you exactly how to get a good date. The answer to all 3, you guys, means building secure attachment. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to explore that with you right now. These 3 attachment challenges here stem from 3 insecure attachment styles defined by John Bowlby in the 1950s. Our earliest relationships in childhood influence our adult ones. Attachment is the way we as children learn to connect to our caregivers to give and receive love. Are we loved? Are people reasonable? Do people care for us? Are we a burden? Are people chaotic? Are people angry when we ask for things? Are people always stressed? Are they always gone? Did they abandon us? Did they hurt us? Whatever the answers are, that creates one of 4 attachment styles. These 3 are each an attachment style, but there's one that you want to become: securely attached. How to feel connected to other people. How to feel like other people will care for you. That creates smooth, healthy relationships. Now, anxious attachment style, the belief that you are unlovable. Avoidant attachment style, the belief that other people cannot love. And number 3, disorganized attachment style, the blend of both. So before we get into this any deeper, reflect on these 3 questions. Maybe write down the answers to these. Number 1, what negative lessons did you absorb from your caregivers? Examples might be, I don't deserve to have my needs met. People don't have time for me. When people get stressed, I cannot trust them. I don't deserve attention. I have to be interesting to keep people around. These are great, terrible, but great lessons for you to reflect on. Question number 2, how do these lessons shape my dating behaviors now? I have to be interesting to keep people around. Now I have to be interesting all the time. And what does interesting mean? Flexing my money, having sex on the first date, whatever it might be. What does that mean? How do your behaviors shape your dating behaviors? How do your lessons from childhood shape your dating behaviors now? Question number 3. Why do I think I'm generalizing these lessons to all potential partners? In other words, what do I think these behaviors will get me? What goal am I aiming for? To not be abandoned, to not be rejected, to not be hurt, to not be trapped, to not be betrayed. Why? Understand that you are not bound by your past. You can challenge all of these beliefs. First, we have to pull them out and look at them. Now, your attachment fears could be, and I will say are, driving your lack of success in dating because you stay apart from other people for one of these 3 reasons. You come off as insecure for one of these 3 reasons, or you overwhelm them for one of these 3 reasons. Now, guys, secure attachment is the answer here. Because when you know that you deserve to be loved, when you understand that some people are capable of love and how to filter them correctly, and when you're not starving for validation and approval because you've built some healthy friendships of good people, when you are secure and calm, you can date from a place of confidence. That's what you need to do. Now, I have talked extensively about how to fix attachment issues in all my other videos, including in the Attachment Bootcamp video course, that 10-step guide to resolving insecure attachment with a proven method that has helped thousands of students. You can find that course linked in the description below. You can find all my resources on adamlanesmith.com. There are so many ways to fix your attachment, you guys. I'm happy to present those. If you need help, drop a comment. I will find you. We will connect and we will get you secure. So if these issues resonate, you're going to need to resolve them by building fully secure attachment. Fixing these issues can get you out of your own way and help you score a date instead of driving people away. How many great opportunities have you accidentally driven away already? Make sure you take the time to resolve these attachment issues so you don't do that again. Being secure is the start of fixing this, because next, you're going to build better local networks of people around you, friends, family, people who actually care about you, so that it feeds you so you're not starving. So it makes you feel loved so you don't chase for approval. So it makes you feel calm so you don't run away. And then you talk with that network and use those connections to get a date that you can actually know about first, and they can know about you, and your network can help you date. I have other videos for that. How to get a girlfriend, how to get a boyfriend. Those are videos here on this channel walking you through that method. But to make use of that method, the best method that's ever been in existence through human history, because it's what we do, to make use of that, you must have secure attachment, and you must overcome any of these 3 issues you're dealing with. All of this is how you unlock the very best way to date, how you get a date fast. Fix those attachment issues. Fix them. Connect to your network. I have so many resources and videos on this, and you will get an incredible date. I have seen it work. The research backs up that this is the best method, and this is how people get married and send me their happy wedding photos. I know that this works. So guys, if you find yourself believing you are unworthy of love and have to earn approval and sabotage yourself in advance, if you feel like you have to run away and be afraid in relationships because you're going to get hurt, if you feel like you overwhelm people, stop. Fix your attachment. Build better connections in your life. Your connections and better attachment will bring you incredible dating opportunities. Use these steps, you guys, to get your next date, but also to build a more authentic life that feels comfortable for you so that you win all around. The goal isn't to just find one partner and hope it works, because newsflash, people won't join you in a life that is empty unless they themselves are also very broken and empty. So your target audience is desperate people, as desperate as you. Become not desperate. Become fulfilled. I am Adam Lanesmith, the attachment specialist, and I am here to help you make better relationships. And once you do get that next date, you guys, you need to make sure that you avoid the modern dating problem of super narcissistic partners. Guys, if you're watching this, especially narcissistic women, that's on the rise right now. So I will see you in the next video. Women are more narcissistic than ever. Red flags to run from. I will see you there.